afternoon. My name is Alex Thaler. I'm the CEO and co-founder of Iconik. And before I get started, I want to ask you a few questions, actually. So hands up for yes, keep them down for no. Easy questions. Is Apple a bad company? All right, a bad company. All right, next question. So who thinks it's difficult to answer questions about whether companies are good or bad? More hands, great. All right, who would support a proposal at Apple pushing them to be more transparent about the human rights issues in their supply chain? It's so amazing to see that. Yeah, thank you. That is what Iconik is about. It's about people banding together over shared values, right, to shape corporate behavior. As many of you know, when you own a share of a company, you get the right to vote at the company's annual general election and on key issues. And right now, people and organizations in the US and around the world are using those voting rights, some people in this room actually, to try to force change at these companies. So there's organizations like Some of Us, a NMV portfolio company, who filed this proposal early this year at Apple. This is great, but there's one big problem with this. Does anyone know what the problem is? 88% of people don't vote, right? So there's a big problem. What are we gonna do about that? So at Iconik, we built an engine for aggregating shareholder voting power in order to tip the scales in corporate elections. And it works by just making it really, really simple to automatically vote shares to match values. So let me show you how it works. The first step is to create a customized voting profile using Iconik VoteForge. And the idea there is to expose adaptive microsurveys that allow us to know what your feelings are and values are on key environmental, social, and governance issues. Issues like climate change, reproductive health care rights, diversity, equity, inclusion, the list goes on. Next, we arrange to receive a copy of those ballots, and then finally we can auto-vote your ballots to match your profile. Set it, forget it, and then we do the rest. Thank you. So when the three of those things happen, we're able to now report back the impact that a shareholder voting profile is having in terms of shareholder proposals that have been passed, directors elected or defeated, the list goes on. So when we think about scaling our impact, we like to think about the biggest buckets of unvoted shares out there. And that's investment advisors and wealth advisors. So they account for about $6.25 trillion of assets under management, and they don't vote 70% of the time. Whoop, got a little ahead of myself. So we're currently working in our first batch of clients with investment advisor who serves 11 indigenous tribes and has about $3 billion in assets under management. And right now we're laser focused on building a repeatable, scalable process for then taking those learnings and going to the other 120,000 advisors out there. We're also partnered with some incredible impact-focused groups who can help drive traction and increase pressure on these advisors to adopt the technology. So imagine being able to vote your shares to support the SDGs with just a few clicks. Using Iconik's technology, we have a huge opportunity to reclaim our voice. We're raising $2.1 million to revolutionize shareholder democracy, to empower advisors, their clients, and everyone else eventually to reclaim their voice. If you happen to be connected with someone who manages a portfolio, so it could be a fund, foundation, high net worth individual advisor, let's talk. Thank you so much for your time, and thanks to our amazing folks at NMV. Bye-bye.